too easily co-opted into this whole world of the pre-conciliar world of the Revolution. The Revolution already having made such gains politically. I think of the predecessor of Pope Pius XII, Pope Pius XI, who, like Pius XII, all beautiful, very clear Catholic teaching in all of his magisterial pronouncements, his encyclicals, and so forth, his sermons. But in the practical order, Pius XI destroyed the anti-revolutionary spirit and movement of the Church in France, and in effect permitted that the left-wingers, the modernists, should rule the field. So the Church in France was ruled by progressives ever since the 1920s. And so the field was all set up for the revolution. So it's thoughts like these.
Your Excellency, are you just speaking there about, for example, the suppression of Action Française, or are you talking about larger issues?
The suppression, especially the suppression of l'Action Française in France, but also in Mexico, the lack of support for the Cristeros, the betrayal of the Cristeros. That's another example of that. It was the same thing. The Church in Mexico, in particular, the Church lost the common man, and the priest and the bishop lost the respect of the common man, and somehow ended up just co-opted into the ruling classes, or the worthless non-working classes, you might say. So everything got really messed up. It really did. We need the patronage of a great saint, but the universal patronage, the Catholic patronage of a great saint like St. Joseph. But that's not in any sense to slight the importance of St. Joseph as the patron saint of all of those who labor. So you have that, as I say, St. Pius X insisted on that, and he wrote a beautiful prayer that we always say Labor Day weekend here at St. Gertrude for those who work. He's the model of those who work. But it's those things that we need to emphasize, and not the themes of the revolution. So instead of compromising with the revolution, as far as you feel one could possibly go, that seems to have been the politic of the Church in the 20th century. We need to expose the roots of the revolution, show why it's wrong, and be anti-revolutionary. They often do. They often use him. And then they got rid of him, sure, because they had no more use for him. What Lenin called the useful idiots. And useful idiots, he referred especially to Catholic religious and the Catholic hierarchy that went along with, like Pius XI, collecting money for the revolution in Russia, to supposedly for humanitarian ends, with the thought that this would somehow better the condition of the Catholics in Russia, until finally he realized, with his total slaughter of the Church, that was not going to happen. And Lenin said, in effect, thank you very much for the support, thank you for the money, and now right over here, this is board the train for Siberia, please. That's their approach.
They're very nice accommodations waiting for you.
So talking about principles, yes. All of these principles have been misshapen, perverted again. Everything's been perverted. We have to get back to the true Catholic principles, and without any fear or spirit of compromise. The world of the 20th century, including the world of remnant Catholicism, the 20th century, is always one of compromise. You're always looking around your shoulder because you have to go along to get along. And it's always a world of ambiguity, the doctrines and documents of Vatican II. No, there are some embers lurking in all of those ashes. We have to blow them back into life again. And one of them is a true devotion to St. Joseph and a true understanding of the nature of human work and labor. In the sweat of thy face thou shalt eat thy bread, till thou return to the earth out of which thou wast taken. Genesis 3.